the only thing with Carmie Sellitto that weirds me out is I'm like, at this point, you can stop doing that weird shit.
But he still does it, and that's the weird thing.
And that's what makes it weird.
Wave house, hype house. There's been
so many houses.
There's been an influx of houses across the internet, especially on TikTok. What do you reckon of them?
See, do you remember when we were at the fight?
Alison Gibb, Jake Paul, Miami.
Ran into Bryce Hall?
Yeah, well, apparently I did. I don't remember it.
Well, I did, because he actually said hello to me.
Did he?
Yeah. At a time, he was controversial, but I don't think he was, like, as deep in. But, like, I knew, I was like, he's tilting on the, like, could be cool, could be a cunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he was very much hovering.
So at that point, he hadn't done too many fuck-ups.
No, it was like, maybe beat somebody up. I mean, obviously, you know, you could be like, oh, don't beat people up, but really you have no fucking clue what's going on with a bunch of 18-year-old famous people in Los Angeles. But I think many good reasons why you'd want to punch somebody out there. So I was like, not too bothered about any of that stuff.
Bryce Hall, for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, is a TikTok star.
You did a video on him, didn't you?
I did a video on him, yeah. He's a TikTok star. Maybe he is or he isn't a partner. He isn't the boyfriend of...
Addison Rae.
Addison Rae.
He is, I think it's official now.
Oh, they're official. Okay. So she's another big TikTok star. I think she's one of the biggest
60 million followers.
Mental. And Bryce Hall has fucked up in a number of ways. A lot I go over in my JaackMaate video. You can check that out. It's still on the channel if you want to see it.
It's part of the Sway House.
It's part of the Sway House. Can you explain to the listeners out there, Alex, who might be a bit older, might not know about TikTok, what are these creator houses and what are their intentions?
They're frat houses. They're frat houses where people who want to be in frat houses and have grown up watching like American rom-com high school movies, they're like, oh, chugging pints and jumping off cliffs. It's fucking sick. And it is pretty cool. I remember watching a few of the Sway vlogs and being like, weirdly, he was doing kind of what Jake and Logan was doing, but for... not for an older audience, but for the illusion of it being for an older... Because those guys targeted the stuff at kids, so they just jump off stuff. But like with one of Bryce Hall's things, he always like he smashes the beer and chugs it out of the thing and all that. And it's more based. It's more based around drugs and alcohol, I think. And
well, it's not
sex.
it's not even that. It's alcohol and. Americans,
so cool.
Right? I know. Sorry, there might be a few Americans out there. Americans. You can't drink.
They can't.
You can't. Like, I've seen clips of you on TikTok and Twitter, and sure, it might only be a small percentage, but I know it isn't. I know it's the majority. They'll go, "Oh my god!" Like that. You need
Smirnoff Ice.
Like, yeah, you need to neck this Smirnoff Ice, and then there'll be some girl like drinking it. It'll take like 15 seconds, and they'll go, "Oh my god!" Yeah. It'll be like the most crazy thing. We do that when we're 12 in a park, and it takes us about 4 seconds.
I would have defended Bryce Hall. Because when he came up to me at the fight, I walked past him. And I was like, "Oh, it's Bryce Hall. He's doing really well at the moment." And I turned around to go walk down to the toilets because we had to walk past the American posse in the Miami bit because we were separated. Kind of, it wasn't actually a line, but there was like a clear separation.
Yeah.
And as I go to walk past, we turn around and he went, "Alex." I was like, "This could go either way.
Yeah,
it's gonna be you bullied my mate or." I love the fact that you bullied somebody I don't like.
Yeah.
And it was, oh, you bullied someone I don't like. And I was like, yes. Mutual ground.
I reckon you could have him.
No. Because he went on to fight somebody that night, which I suppose we get onto for people who want to figure out what these houses are like. And he was like, and he came up to me and he gave me his Instagram. And I was like, fuck it out. I was like, oh, well, you seem cool. He's really nice. He's unfollowed me now.
Oh,
so I've got nothing nice to say anymore, Bryce.
That's how fickle these YouTubers are.
I laid off. You know, I laid off. I was like, do you know what? He was nice when I met him. I'll go off the personal thing, but now after the unfollow,
the unfollow kills it all.
Your house sucks.
What are they trying to do though? Why are these a big thing? Because for the Wave House, I took the piss out of it in a video. I'm not sure if you did one or not.
No, but I took the piss out of it privately.
Right, okay, yeah. They got huge investment, didn't they? That's a
lot of money, yeah.
Would you say that's a company putting on the Wave House, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So what's the model there?
That's how it is now. Originally, it was 4 or 5 TikTok boys, originally Musical.ly boys, made a lot of money off of either releasing a few singles or just generally having millions of followers on Instagram and doing teeth whitening brand deals, whatever. But I managed to do the Jake Paul thing where they go find a few investors, give me a house in the hills. I promise you, I'll shill whatever you want. I can make you $2 million. That will pay off the $1 million of rent this year. That was basically how they all work. That's how they all started springing up everywhere. That model.
So the Wave House guys, Carmie,
same thing,
Elmo,
just English.
A company went to them and went, "We'll put you all in a house."
Or they went to the company,
right? So,
and it depended. I don't know which way the initiative was, but it would be like, what's the ad space?
Yeah,
365 days a year, 4 Instagram stories, a video, God knows, 8 YouTube channels. Like, I mean, just think about how much a singular YouTube channel makes.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a no-brainer from a business standpoint. But from a content creator standpoint, you're not a content creator, you're a slave.
right.
You are a slave.
Yeah.
You're shilling whatever it takes to pay off that mansion you shouldn't be in. Because you shouldn't be in it.
Will went there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Went there and done a piss take. Well, it wasn't really a piss take video, but he went there just to check it out. We recorded with him the other day, and we had a huge section about Wave House that we didn't ask him about. But obviously, you're one of his best mates. So what was his intention behind going to the Wave House? And
fascination, I think, more than anything. Which is the same with me.
Yeah.
I know Alex Warren is part of the Hype House, and he's lovely. He's one of the people. Actually, he's always been cool, always been great. Never really gets in any trouble, like at all. And he's been always sick. So some of them are just YouTubers in houses.
Right.
They've just become like these cult things because they're all good looking. That's the key. Good looking, young 18-year-old.
We're fucked.
I was wondering why we haven't been offered a house
We're
together.
fucked. We can't get in there. Like,
that is the thing. Even Carmie's thing. The whole thing is obviously.
Is Carmie good? Like, and I'm not. I don't mean this as an insult. Is Carmie like?
Do.
Is he a traditionally good-looking person?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
I think in terms of, that explains why he got away with everything.
Right. Because of that. Like, I'm not saying he is or he isn't. Like, I'm certainly not. He calls me a cabbage.
Yeah,
like, that's his thing online.
Exactly,
but I see a lot of these guys. I wouldn't throw him in that category.
Him and Elmo, I think, are both modelled.
Really?
Yeah, so like you could.
Elmo, is that Spencer?
Yeah.
Is he the one who shows Will around the house?
Yeah, he's cool.
He seemed really nice in that video.
I met Spencer. He's lovely.
Will got a lot of stick for going in the house, didn't he?
Yeah, because people. I understand why. Because it's like, oh, Carmie slightly sucks, etc. And like, obviously there are gonna be people who don't like it. But then also at the same time, you got to understand that like, even though Carmie slightly does fucking kind of suck, and I don't like him. If I met him, I wouldn't be like. Oh, I care so much that I don't like you enough where I'm gonna be like, oh, stay away from me. I just be like, oh man, I just think you could do better.
Right.
I was like, I think with what you've got, you could change. Like me taking the 4 months off. It's like I was like, it's getting to the point where it's not going too great. And I would say that I'm still relatively well liked, at least in my audience anyway. So it's one of those things where I'm like, and you'd argue that he's probably not.
Right.
In terms of that split, like all that stuff. But but the only thing with Carmie Sellitto that just weirds me out is I'm like, at this point, you can stop doing that weird shit.
But he still does it, and that's the weird thing.
And that's what makes it weird.
Yeah.
At this point, it's gone, you've committed too far. I now think that you actually like doing this weird shit.
Yeah.
Before, I was like, I remember when we did the first few videos, like 2018, I was like, oh yeah, it'll be cool in a year. And now I'm like, he's not stopped. What the fuck are you doing, man? Learn to move on. You can be bigger you're better than this. I do believe he can be better than what he's doing. And with and with the Wave House as well, that's a whole other opportunity. The content they make there is gripping. That's why we went, because it's like it's interesting. It's like kind of going to a madhouse.
It's got a good production budget. A couple of them might have a bit of talent, but ultimately they just sit in a fucking house that's cost too much money and do stuff that they know is going to bang. You could argue that is talent, doing stuff that is going to bang. But
in a way, it's genius though, because if they aren't talented, and I don't think a lot of them are, but
No.
I don't even know if I put myself on a fucking bunch of talented.
Yeah.
The way I see it is, none of us were talking about Carmie Sellitto until the Wave House came along, because a lot of my friends, they hear about like rumours of the contracts and all that, and they're like, oh, I'd never, and I'm like, mate, what you don't understand is, yeah, they may be getting fucked and milked daily for videos and ad revenue money and whatever, because I don't think the experience there is actually as enjoyable as
no, you're just living in a house.
Yeah,
with a bunch of idiots.
I think they get pretty much made to do a lot of stuff and all that. Because I'm sorry, there's no way they pay for that fucking house. They're doing a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
And a lot of shit they don't want to do. That's just how it's going to work. Because if I was living in that house, I would be fucking doing this. There's no way I'd be in that house. If you suddenly see me pop on a $10 million mansion, it's because I'm a slave.
Are they getting paid big money, do you think?
I doubt it. It's a $10 million mansion. I mean, I don't know. I think what it is they're relevant. It's relevancy, because relevancy is worth more than gold.
Yeah.
But this is why I had to stop making videos, because, Wave House to me, a couple of years ago, probably would have been like, well, if it's the obvious next step and people talk about it, maybe.
You do it.
And it's like, that's not good. Don't want to be there. You don't want to get to that point.
No.
And with those, but I think those guys, I don't want to be mean, because I like a few of them in there. Not all of them, but I like a few of them in there. Like, I think, is there any choice?
Fair enough. I
don't think anybody would be speaking about it if it wasn't for that. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to decide. Like, obviously, you do presenting jobs. I've done presenting jobs and stuff. I mean, we're very lucky. In fact, we constantly can get work, which is nice.
Yeah.
But for some of our friends, I know people now, because especially through football, I know a lot of people actually are influencers who do struggle. You don't make tens of thousands of dollars a month, and they have to do a wave house to live.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. It's not so much the going in the wave house that I find a problem, but it's the sexualizing of the 13-year-old girl in the thumbnail and stuff like that.
That's why I look at that now, because he's still posted some TikToks recently where I go,
he's just a weirdo.
That's homophobic, or whatever, or that's, you're just calling somebody fat for the sake of calling people fat. And I'm like, you don't have to do this anymore, man.
But I think that's what I mean, that it's shining his personality through now. Whenever I do a video calling him out for reasons I believe to be true, he's like, yeah, but he's ugly, so it doesn't matter. You're an immature little cunt, and I don't think I'll ever see that other side of the point.
No, neither do
I.
I think Carmie's one of those people for me who I struggle to ever feel, because I try, especially now, I try my best to kind of see the other side of it and be like, well, if it's the only way you can get 200k views, then maybe.
Fuck that! No, you don't. Just don't get the views then. Just don't be a cunt for the sake of it. Yeah. I struggle.
And he definitely doesn't have to. He's got the fucking wave house.
Yeah. Yeah, but he thinks the only way to stay relevant is to be a prick. At least that's what he's doing.